All right, guys, so let's talk about Samson. He made a video talking about his body was shutting down. It just wasn't responding, and he was going to go to the hospital. Did he go to the hospital? I'm pretty sure he did because I think he was scared for his health. Okay, so he has competed a lot. You have to take a break, and I know they really pushed it for the Arnold to try to nail the conditioning, even though the conditioning still was not up to par. And then later on in the day, Milos and Samson went their own ways. I'm sure it was Samson, firing him or saying, hey, I think Samson's wife was probably pretty upset, and, he dumped his coach. It happens all the time, but it's unfortunate it has to happen under these circumstances when someone gets sick from competing, okay? Guys should not be getting sick. What probably happened, he uses a lot of diuretics, I heard, and, using regular diuretics, loop diuretics. This gets dangerous, guys. You have to be careful. Let me know what you guys think below. I think he needs a long break. I don't know why he was even thinking about doing UK. His body has been through a lot. And I know Milos is all about guys competing more often, but when you have guys like Samson that's doing like 3 hours of cardio and really pushing their bodies and taking substances that long, you got to understand when your body is toxic, it's not going to do what it needs to do. Your organs get toxic, and that's why you have to come off, or you should come off, get healthy, and start up again. A lot of people at his level, he usually does the Olympia. It's great that he's doing other shows, but doing UK was pushing it. And he knew something was wrong. You could tell in his face he was worried. I'm not sure what they exactly said at the hospital. We need to find out. But basically, let's pray for him that he's okay. There's no irreversible damage at all. And basically, I don't like to see this kind of stuff happen. Guys, comment down below what you guys think. If you haven't seen the video, it's on my IG, it's on my TikTok. I made it of him giving his statement and also a response on there too. And I just wanted to put it on this platform also to give my opinion. Milos has been around a while. Milos is well known for going on podcasts and talking about and bragging about his insulin protocols. Unfortunately, those insulin protocols get people in health trouble a lot. I think insulin has its time and place. When you're taking GH and your blood sugars are getting high, insulin lowers that. I'm not a fan of insulin abuse. I mean, if you're going to use maybe like 10, maybe max 20 IUs a day, okay. When some of these guys are doing a couple hundred IUs of insulin a day, that's absolutely crazy. The new norm for gear is crazy. 20 to 30 IUs of growth hormone, that's to start with, that's normal, that's crazy. I remember when I was competing, I used 2 to 3 of, Serostim most of the time. And then the last 2 years competing, I was using about 8 IUs. I was told once you go over 8, that's when stuff really starts growing, like your head and feet and hands and all that. And I didn't want that to happen, okay? And your organs grow too. That's another thing. So these guys today are really, really pushing it. We've seen a lot of deaths lately over the past several years. Could it be combined with other stuff? Absolutely. And people have to understand, you have not only your genetics for muscle building, but also genetically predisposed to, heart disease, cancer, thyroid issues, different problems you have. Like my mom passed away of cancer. I have cancer that runs in the family. My grandmother had it too. My father has, some little heart troubles. So I had to be careful, and luckily I got out at the right time, had a couple shoulder surgeries without a couple years, came back after that, competed one more year. But that surgeries, and when I had those surgeries, it was a blessing in disguise, because if I kept going, because I was going like that, and it happened probably at the worst time, and I was very depressed and down, having to take off 2 years. But it was a blessing in disguise. I saw so many of my friends and people go on to pass away, get really ill, struggle, be completely broke, spending all their money on bodybuilding. The magazines went away. A lot of these online shoots went away, and people were struggling to make money. And it's, I don't like to see that. And I love that Arnold increased the prize money, and the prize money Olympia is going to increase. Bodybuilders need to be paid a lot more. There's no other sport, or whatever you want to call it, that someone spends that much money on their body. putting the stuff in the body, putting the chemicals, massage therapy, chiropractic work, stem cell, PRP, everything to stay as healthy as they can. It is, it's hard on your body. Let's talk about Milos's other clients, Horse MD and James Hollinghead. Horse MD, it was a huge letdown. He had a lot of hype going into in here. You got to remember, when you put on size fast and when you diet down, if it's not like true muscle that's been there for a while, like true dense muscle, it's going to disappear right away. That's when I have people do an off season. Let's say they go from 200 to 240. I want them to stay at 240 for a while, because if you just diet right down, you're going to lose that new tissue gain. That tissue has to be on your body for a while and stick there for a while, guys. And then his other guy, James Hollingshead, very big disappointment. He looked extremely flat. I saw his training with Branch about 5 days out. He looked good and full, but next to those other guys, and his abs, he didn't have any abs. He was washed out, and he looked really thin on stage. Even though, they were saying he was around like 270 on stage or something. It just didn't look like it. He could have been. He looks like a jacked Viking. Him and Brands actually look like brothers, with a shaved head, with goatee and all that stuff. But he didn't look good. And that just goes to show you, when you're up there standing next to those, top tier guys, you just don't stand that. I thought Akeem should have beat him, but I know he put a lot into the show. That was also Milos' client too. Guys, this industry and sport, it's a lot of sacrifice in your body. And I think the bodybuilders should be paid a lot more. I mean, not just the first place, second place, third place, all the way down to like the end. If you're a professional bodybuilder, you should be making professional money. I understand it got watered down once they went from giving out like 5 pro cards a year when I was competing in men to like thousands a year now. It's a little ridiculous. So the pro card, lost its value. But when it had that value, it meant a lot more. I don't like the whole thing and all these other pro cards getting so easily to get now, and all these other classes. Like, IFBB stands for International Federation of Bodybuilding, not bikini, not wellness, not men's physique. So I think it just should be separated still, because being an open bodybuilder is a lot harder than all the other classes. Okay. That's my opinion. People can think what they think, but I've done this for a very long time and prepped a lot of people, thousands of people over the last 20 years, and that's what I think. Guys, leave your comments below. I'm really going to try to start doing more YouTubes. I might do like a podcast type stuff here and there. Of course, you can check me on RX Muscle every Tuesday, and we also did the Olympia play-by-play. The Arnold play-by-play, and the Olympia. Hopefully, I'll go to it this year. I haven't been to Arnold or Olympia in a long time, since I was, had contracts with big supplement companies. But might try to go to the Olympia this year. RX crew, we might put like a little after party together, like the good old days when they had after parties after the shows, like official after parties, which they really don't do anymore. So guys, comment below, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Follow me on my IG, ArmandDB83, and on TikTok, ArmandDB. Be careful, there's tons of fake profiles on there. I looked the other, there's like 15 fake profiles on TikTok. I post a lot of content on there. Obviously, I can't post too much on there because it flags so much stuff. You could do a workout and they're like, oh, that's a dangerous activity, and it doesn't show up. So it's a little frustrating. So I'm going to start trying to do more videos on here. If you guys want a video made over a certain subject, let me know below. I just push to my phone camera and go. I don't edit these videos, none of that. All this is raw. So make sure to check out that. Check out my TikTok. Follow me on there. Our new product line. I already have my DB Army Nutrition. That's been out for about 8 years. And I wanted to come out with a separate line to make it more mainstream and not have my name in it. So it's called AMG Labs, LABZ. Our first product, Convey, will be coming out within the next couple weeks. It's the best GDA product out there. If you don't know what a GDA product is, it lowers your blood sugar and transports carbohydrates to the muscles instead of fat. We looked at all the top products out there, we nailed it with the ingredients. There's not a better GDA product out there. People are going to really enjoy it. I'm excited to start taking it too. Check that out, guys. Check out my website, armanddb.com, for coaching, digital downloads, and supplementation. All right, guys, appreciate it. Comment below.